Thank you, everyone, for joining. We'll start shortly. We'll just give one more minute. Let's see if other people can join, and then we'll get rolling very shortly. Can the panelists maybe give me a thumbs up if you guys can see the screen? Perfect. Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll start shortly. And once again, thank you, everyone who's joining on this very important topic. So we're running this series of webinars on key technology topics. We did cybersecurity last week, got a great response, lots of questions. I hope this one would be as interactive as that one. We don't have any slides today for you. This is the only slide we have. And after the intro, I'll stop these slides and we'll just talk interactive and see what are the view of our panelists on this AI evolution, how it is impacting our industry. And just to set the stage for those of you who haven't actually have the background for NETS, who we are, what we do. So NETS International is a global technology company, and our presence is in 8 countries today with a very solid 43 years proven track record of successfully delivering more than 3,000 technology projects to multiple clients, including whether it's telcos, whether it's Fortune 500 companies, large multinational companies, and so on. Now, as we navigate to this AI revolution, and obviously we all have seen last 5 years has been phenomenal. The numbers are staggering. And as we try to navigate this era of, you'd say, digital transformation, some say machine learning, artificial intelligence, obviously all these technologies are taking center stage of innovation. Now it's also forcing companies to redefine their strategies, how they are adding AI and different use cases in their products, in their day-to-day at work, redefining their challenges, obviously, and how they were conventionally doing things in the past, right? So we have gathered our esteemed panelists. I'll introduce them very shortly, and they will share their views on where they see this AI in the next 5 years, next 5 to 10 years. We'll talk about some of the questions that you guys have already submitted. We received some pre-questions from the audience as well. So we'll take those questions. Now, the few fun facts, maybe before I'll just start about.
Munir, your voice is slightly breaking up.
Oh, okay. Is it any better now?
Maybe move closer to the mic.
Okay. Any better? Is it okay? Better?
Yes, all right.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I was just saying that before we talk about some of the questions, before we start our interactive discussion, some of the very interesting facts and numbers I just wanted to share and to set the stage for everyone. And I was going through some of these articles, some of these statistics around AI. Now, the global investment in AI has surged from 18 billion from last 3 years I'm talking about to 179 billion in 2024. Now, you can see it's not even exponential, it's just exploding. The market is there. Organizations are trying to figure out what they can do with AI. Whether you like it or not, AI is here. So even if you are a developer, you are a graphic designer, you're a content, you're in cybersecurity, you have to know AI and you have to learn AI around your specific field or career, right? So there's no getting away from that, is my point. And the global AI market is projected to reach the estimates of 1.8 trillion by 2030. So this is staggering. That means everybody is developing software for AI. Cybersecurity teams are actually working on figuring out how they can do better threat intel. Developers, even consumers, content producers, graphic designers. So the whole market is shifting towards AI. That is the biggest buzzword in the industry today. We talk to a lot of OEM partners, whether it's Cisco, whether it's Huawei. That's where the biggest investments are happening. And that's where, like, maybe 3 years back, we used to listen about blockchain being one of them, maybe even data centers. And so AI is gonna take over everything, that is for sure. So this is why we are here gathered, and we'll talk on what are the impacts, how we can prepare ourselves for this uh, big revolution. And despite obviously the technological advancement in AI, organizations are also investigating on the tangible business outcomes, on how they can measure. When we say AI is going to increase your productivity, when we say AI is going to increase efficiencies, it will reduce your costs. So the organizations are also trying to figure out, they're scratching their heads on how we can actually quantify those claims that AI is making in terms of productivity growth, efficiency increase, cost reductions. So with that, I'll just introduce our panelists. Our first panelist, Mr. Irfan Ali. Mr. Irfan Ali is a technology leader, been in the industry for more than 25 years, and he has held various senior strategic roles, leadership roles in different organizations in the UAE recently, as well as he will introduce himself shortly. I'll give the mic to him. And then we also have Nashra Ishaq with us. Nashra is the CEO of a company called Extravis, which is a sister company of Net, and they are primarily focused on developing innovative AI-driven technology solutions and introducing new products to the market for different enterprise clients. Okay. I think we'll just start the conversation. Maybe I'll give the mic to Mr. Ali Irfan. If you can just maybe brief intro about yourself and how do you see this AI revolution in your experience? Where do you see the trend going? And then we'll take the questions, hopefully, right after that.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Munir and Nets, for giving me this opportunity to put my points and to discuss this hot topic where everyone want to work on to AI. So I'll just start with a brief background from where I started and where we are now, and we will talk about what is the future. And when we say future, so we don't know what will happen tomorrow. So every day there are new things, new development uh, is happening when we talk about AI era. So, but I'll just take you back a little bit when I started my career. And what I see, if I just divide it into 3 decades, and the first decade where I started, so people used to maintain their records and inventory on registers. So I started my career from the insurance industry, and I saw at that time there was no computerization, and people do record keeping on big, large registered. Finance team, they're making records on their registers, and they keep updating on daily basis. So the first transformation journey which we did at that time, we transform all those manual record into a computer system. So at that time, there was no fancy name, so it was called as computerization. So most of the company started their journey in the name of computerization, and they started from there. So I started my career from there as well. So I exactly know what are the real challenges in the transformation journey, what we need to consider, uh, what goals we need to set in the beginning, and how we are required to measure those goals during the journey. So those all I have gone through. Then this activity keep going on in the name of improvement or enhancement or further automation. And then there was a second era when we talk about further automation in the name of IP-based solutions, IP telephony, and those type of solutions were there. earlier, before IP telephony, there used to be a PA-based system in the organization where for large organization, there were multiple telephone operators who take care about the calls within organization, forwarding the calls to different extension numbers and these type of activities. But the second revolution was those all gone and technology replaced those people, and then we keep moving to the to our journey. Now, since past couple of years, we are talking about another revolution, which is again, I would say, a sort of automation or transformation journey, which we are calling AI. And AI is mainly helping organization in uh, in businesses to improve their operations, to update their routine tasks or the processes and improve efficiency. And almost 60% of the global companies are getting the benefit of this innovation, and they are working on transforming their operation, and they are getting benefit of all this. So this all mainly depend on data-driven decision making. So all the organization, whatever the industry you have, and whatever the data you have, this tool or this AI revolution helped you in doing the automation, in optimizing your processes, or whatever the challenges you are having. So this will help organization in achieving their business goals and targets. So yeah, this is a brief about.
No, thank you very much. That was very informative. Um, I was actually, to your point, Mr. Irfan, that I was reading an article, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. 80% of the organizations are in some state of AI adoption. So
Yeah.
either they're using some free tools, they're using some paid tools available out there, or they're looking into how they can adopt. They are actually scrambling to build like an AI roadmap, and we'll dive into that on how we can actually do that, how organizations can help plan their AI journey and the future. What are the top AI-driven use cases that make sense to them, depending on which industry they belong. So, I mean, everybody is right now, even consumers or the businesses alike, are in the same boat where we're trying to figure out how we can, even internally at Net, we are trying to figure out, okay, where can AI make sense? How can we improve the way we used to do things? Right? So it's very interesting. We'll take some questions. Nashra, do you want to introduce yourself just a couple of minutes maybe, and then we'll go right into the audience questions. There are no slides like I promised, and we'll just talk. It will be more interactive. Drop your questions in the chat, and we'll take those questions with our panelists. So Nashra, over to you if you want to just briefly introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Munir, for giving us the opportunity here. I was actually listening to Mr. Irfan, and he was right. Traditional IT versus the transformational IT. So it is a big change. And it is not just starting from now, it is actually starting from the beginning of the 3 decades also. So I mean, when we talk about AI, when we talk about automation, when we talk about cloud, transformational journey is the part of these domains. And it, and it is something that you can say it is getting improved day by day. It is getting innovated day by day. So it is something that we are looking at today's discussion. For me, yes, you have already introduced me, but I just want to just highlight here, like, hi, my name is Nashra. I'm the CEO of Extravis. Yes, AI, ML use cases in network cloud security is definitely is the passion, and is definitely is a necessity that we are working heavily in our products. And we are trying to focus on these areas because right now this is something that it is not, you can say, a fancy buzzwords. It is something that's necessity of each domain. Either we talk about healthcare, supply chain, customer services, finance, we talk about any kind of domain. AI is a necessity part, and that's the discussion that we are having it today. So yeah, that's all from my side, and we can discuss the next steps or the question side. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Nashra. So maybe we'll start with the questions and then we'll see how our discussion goes. Mr. Irfan, so some of the questions that we received before the webinar, and I know some of the questions are currently being dropped into the chat also. So we'll start with that. The first question that I have for you is why there are misconceptions in adopting AI frameworks, and what are the key steps that organization can do to create an AI journey or an AI roadmap? This is something was sent by one of our audience members. So if you can please comment on that, shed some light.
Yeah, sure. Actually, one of the misconception we usually talk about in all of our discussion, that is about job uncertainty. And wherever we go and we talk and we discuss about AI, so this comes as a discussion that, okay, AI is going to replace you, or AI going to impact into the industry where there will be so many, layoffs. But the scenario is, it's not something AI going to replace you, but AI is going to help and support you in different ways, where you use AI as a tool and you can enhance your productivity as an individual, or if you are adopting an organization wise, this can be a tool to get the benefit to your business in certain areas, from the cost reduction perspective, from the performance enhancement, revenue generation. This all we can do. So apart from this job uncertainty, so yeah, only those people who will not transform their career, who will not learn AI, who will not learn about the prerequisites of the AI, definitely they are going to suffer because of this transformation. So this is not now in this AI era, but if we see in past as well, like when we see this automation in the PABX system with the IP telephony, so all this telephone operator job, those all gone, because that was replaced because of this technology. There is another area where we see, so when we were a kid, so we used to see that the postman used to come on daily basis and deliver or distribute the letters to door to come to our house, or to go to each and every area and deliver the letters. So that job is now no more because of this technology, and the message circulation is very fast in terms of email or SMS or WhatsApp. So, so with this type of thing, if you are not going to think, and if you are not going to change whatever the current role you are, which Nashra mentioned about this traditional IT, or the revolutionary IT, or the change in your approach, definitely you are going to suffer. Otherwise, with the AI revolution, there are new roles available. I can see there are so many open opportunities in the market asking for data scientist role, data related roles within the organization. I can see some senior roles um, in organization, that is AI governance team or AI governance head, who take care about all the measures taken within the organization, which is augmenting to the business. So that is one role. The second misconception or the challenge is, once you have AI is going to solve all of your problem. So this is not a case. Suppose if you are doing malpractices, and if you are doing bad business practices, So AI is not going to solve those bad practices. So it is not just like a magic bullet that you have AI and that AI is going to solve all of your problem, even if you are doing malpractices and bad practices. So that is not going to then. The second part is just having a tool is not going to help and support you. So you need to have a strategy, you need to have a plan which is linked with your business. Then only you are going to get the most of the benefit. There is another thing which people feel or think that this is too expensive or it's very much complicated. So I can see there are a couple of solutions available which give you scalability. Scalability means you are not required to have a complete or full solution from the day one. You can start from the small scale and then you can increase or you can add building blocks. So that is there. And from the complexity perspective, for the complex nature of business requirement, definitely it could be a scenario. But normally, if we see that even the non-technical people, senior leadership in the organization, and the user who are not IT much IT aware, they are easily using ChatGPT and other tools, whether it's a graphical tool or a video generation. So those tools are not that complicated. So these are few areas which people feel that those areas it's a misconception. So that need to be clear. From the roadmap perspective, uh, first of all, you need in any organization, there are three elements which trigger change in the organization. Either it could be a regulatory requirement that is mandatory for organization to go for a change. The second part is um you are having some pain or you are having some challenges which you want to fix. And the third part is you want to improve your performance in multiple areas or in certain areas. So these are the three elements which trigger change within the organization. And when we trigger the change in the organization, we need to consider a couple of items to begin with. Suppose, first of all, we need to come up with the strategy about where we want to reach, and that strategy should not be having a big or large strategy organization wide, but what we can do, we can set short term and long term goals. We can set smaller or manageable phases within that plan, and then we can start. When we start, we set certain milestone or target. So we need to have someone who can closely monitor those milestone and targets within organization that is being achieved or that is being followed properly. Another last point is learning and awareness is very important. So learning and awareness uh, can have different, angles or verticals. Suppose the awareness for the all employees within organization, that is number one. The second is if you have technology team, that technology team uh, start learning on to those tools, whatever is good or beneficial for that organization, that can be done, that can be that can be part of your strategy and goal. So yeah, these are the few areas where organization need to put some effort in the beginning. So once you have a roadmap, once you have a milestone, then you need to keep tracking those milestones. You need to keep tracking on those phases, how those are going, how those are interconnected to each other.
No, that's very elaborate. Thank you very much. And you are right. I think it's very important to have a plan and strategy. There, I see in the chat there are a couple of other questions around the similar topic that people are asking how they can help their management to develop a strategy around AI, build a plan around AI, and like people are asking specific to their industry. So I see one of the questions around the PR and communication industry from Mr. Zishan Gul. Another question is from Mr. Saad Noor that he's asking for how to pitch AI to senior management in adoption, especially in the manufacturing industry. And I think you already nailed it. I'll just reiterate that obviously, we have to identify the solid, tangible business outcomes where you are today, how you're doing things, what are your costs in producing something, if you're doing things manually, how we can help maybe set a goal that in next 12 to 18 months, you will, after implementation, so identification of some AI use cases, it's very, very important. And then measuring those. So in case you said, okay, my production time was this, my cost was this. And after implementation of those use cases that you identify with the help of an expert, for example, like Nets, that we are very closely working with organizations around the globe to help them plan that AI journey and their roadmap. So we will provide you more details, guys. But to answer very briefly.
Yeah, if you allow me
that-
1 minute, Munir, I
Yes.
will add few things here. See,
Yes.
we technology people, we are supporting organization to achieve their target, to achieve their goal. And these business people, they are less technical. So you cannot just speak a technical word or technical things with them. What you need to do to begin with, you need to sit with different departments. Suppose whatever your industry is, if you are customer centric, you need to sit with the customer department or the services department. You need to just sit with them and understand what are their pain areas. Or if you are not having any pain, if they want to improve something. So this type of thing, you can sit with the marketing, you can sit with the sales, you can sit with the product development, you can sit with finance, you can sit with procurement. Sit with them and try to understand if they are facing any problem, if there are some area where they are looking for some improvement, then try to find out a solution and then try to find out with the implementation of those solutions how it's going to impact in the organization. It could be a tangible benefit or it could be an intangible benefit. So this way we can develop a very a good plan or a strategy to present to the management. And definitely if something is going to link with the finance part, or if something is going to link with organization from their prospect perspective, from the customer experience perspective, the good product which customers are looking for, definitely you will get the support from the management, and then they will give you approval to start.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah,
totally agree. I think Nashra also wants to add something here. Nashra, I see your hands up.
Yes, because his question was, specific to the simplified pitch for senior management. Because as Mr. Irfan said, they're not technical. They don't understand the technical languages. They're just understanding the words that are right now and using the technology word. So of course, the simplified pitch that can be good for the senior management is just like AI can reduce waste, improve production efficiency. It actually helps to enhance quality. You can control the manufacturing part. You can lead to directly to the cost saving and increase the revenue. So these things, I would say, the most important for the management to understand. Like, for example, companies using AI driven predictive analytics, so to see like 20 to 30% cost reduction in the downtime. They can see like 10 to 15% improvement in productivity. So by leveraging AI for automation and predictive maintenance, your factory or your industry, can optimize production, minimize defects, and improve compliance, which is, I think, leading to the fast and tangible ROI. So this is a simplified pitch that you can present to the senior management. And if I think that Mr. Zishan have specifically asked for the food industry, use cases based on AI. So I would like to highlight one or two. For example, AI for quality control and defect detection, that we can, this is one of the very, I would say, important aspect when it comes to the food domain. Again, like predictive maintenance for machinery. If there's any defect in the machinery, if there's anything that needs to be, unexpected machine failure or disrupt the production, so that needs to be highlighted to the management. So it actually helps to reduce the downtime by 30%. So, this is something that we can definitely introduce the use cases to the management side. Of course, one of the biggest challenge in the food industry is the forecasting and inventory optimization. If we talk about the hypermarkets like Carrefour, if we talk about, all those big names, Walmart, Target. So what's the problem? So overproduction or the underproduction leads to the financial losses. So AI analyzes the sales pattern. It actually analyzes weather, supply chain. It gives the predict demand accurately. So you can reduce, of course, your inventory by some percentage to prevent your stockouts, or you can improve the cash flow. So I was just thinking about the food industry, and these are some of the use cases that I would say I can highlight in the food industry domain, which can be, the spot on pitch to any senior management that if you want to indulge the AI industry use cases.
Yeah, thank you, Tashra. And I think spot on. There are multiple use cases. Definitely, we are actually working with those companies today, even manufacturing companies, helping them maybe introduce AI in warehousing, for example. So stocking, even like Nashra already touched on production, predicting the sales, for example, if you have a retail, outlet or whatever. I mean, there's so many use cases. We'll probably provide more details after the session, and we'll get back to each and every question. And in case if I don't take all of the questions, so my apologies, but we will make sure we will get back to you, if not on the webinar, but later. So Nashra, I think in addition to your comments, I think it's the next question is very much aligned with what you just mentioned, that for the companies who are building AI-powered products and solutions, what are the key consideration must-have AI features that they should keep in mind? If you can comment on that. This also came from one of the audience member here.
Sure. So, okay. So when we talk about the AI-powered products, it must focus on the real value. It is not just a hype. The first step is that we should continually learn and improve, and adopting the new data for the better accuracy. This is one of the I think, one of the first step. The second is the transparency, because user must trust AI decisions, right? If, for example, if we are doing the predictive maintenance or the predictive analysis today, so we must trust that AI is giving the right decision to us to make some decisions on the you can say in the future part. So user must trust the AI decision, especially in the critical fields like healthcare and finance. AI should, automate repetitive tasks to boost efficiency, while also predicting and recommending actionable insights. So I would say personalization or the customization enhances user experience, making interactions like more relevant and initiative. The last thing which I want to share as a highlighted point, that AI needs to be ethical, unbiased, and secure. Because if the security is here, the fairness matters. For example, if the AI is not giving the right decisions, if AI is giving you the wrong predictive analysis, and it is not giving you the accuracy, it is actually a big harmful outcomes also. So we need to realize this, like AI must be ethical, unbiased, and secure. And ultimately, the best AI makes life simpler, faster, and smarter. So it is giving a real impact where it matters the most. So these are the main things that I feel like it is like a must-have AI features they should consider in terms of the compliance, in terms of the security, in terms of the efficiency and innovation side.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Nashra. I think very well put together. I totally agree. I'll just go to Irfan Saab for the next question. Fansab, somebody's asking that what is the importance of data in when planning an AI journey? So I think this is a very small but very broad question if you think like it's obviously because data is a baseline for everything, right? So please, if you can take that question.
See, the main crust of this all AI transformation is all moving towards data, because all the decision making is done on this data, whether it is the analytics, whether we need to do some future forecast, whether we need to prepare some report, or if we are developing some dashboard for the sales team, or product development, they are going to launch a product. So data is a key towards the success of AI journey. So we need to ensure that we should have a clean or accurate data. Suppose the department which are the owner or the custodian of those data, they need to ensure that they are not having a duplicate data. They have all the required information available. They are using a unified template. I'll give you an example. Some years ago, I was looking for some appointment with one of the healthcare provider, and I just go to their website and I try to find out one consultant. And when I approached to their appointment desk, they said that, okay, no, this doctor is no more available in this facility. So if we are not having the updated information, or if you are not having the cleanliness of data, so that will definitely impact onto your result. Like we used to keep talking about garbage in and garbage out. So if our data is not clean, if our data is not organized, if our data is not structured, so we cannot do the right decision making. So data, I believe, it's a key important factor in all this decision making. That is number one. Number two is, once we have the data security is the second big element we need to take care. We need to ensure who have access to this data. We need to ensure where we are saving a data, it is encrypted. It do not have any access from the integrity perspective. So that we need to take care. Yeah. So data is a key element. So we need to be very careful when we are working in different department, when we are working with different data custodian. We need to ensure the data is clean, data is secure.
Sounds good. No, thank you. I think that makes total sense. Data is the key for everything. Of course, all the decision making is based on the data, and then how you train that data to predict actions or predict any um, outcomes, for example. So thank you very much. Now, Nashra, so I'll go to you for this point is now, how can companies leverage AI? And this question has been dropped in the chat as well, around the tangible business outcome you already mentioned before, right? That how companies can leverage AI to drive revenue growth, improve profitability, and create new business models. And I think just in continuation to that, additional point is, I think I'll club those two questions together so we can save time. What are the biggest challenges that companies are facing when implementing AI? And I think this also is multiple questions around, like, how I can justify implementing AI in my organization. So if you can take those, how AI can leverage to drive revenue growth, improve profitability, and what are the biggest challenges that companies are facing when implementing AI, and how you can overcome them.
All right. Thank you, Manir. AI helps business grow revenue through, as I said earlier, through the customization, through personalizations, dynamic pricing, and if you have AI in the smart sales automation. So these are the things that actually helps business grow while using the AI. It boosts like conversion with AI-driven recommendations and optimized pricing based on demand and competition. For example, in sales and marketing team, if they use AI to identify high-value leads to refine outreach for the better results. If I talk about the cost saving side, AI automates operations, optimize supply chain, reduce waste. It actually depends on the department wise, but it is on the cost saving side. If we see that how the AI is transforming and optimizing these operations into the different domains, predictive maintenance prevents costly big breakdowns, while AI chatbot cuts support cost and improve customer services, which actually helps to grow the revenue as well. As the third part, we can see like AI also enables new business models, like subscription-based AI services, data monetization, AI-driven marketplaces that optimize supply and demand. However, AI isn't just about efficiency; it unlocks new revenue streams and competitive advantages as well. While talking about the challenges, I would say implementing AI comes with challenges, but they can be tackled strategically. As Mr. Irfan was talking about data quality, I want to highlight one thing here. Data quality is a big hurdle while implementing the AI. AI needs clean, structured data, so investing in proper data management is crucial. So finding AI talent is another issue. But business can, upskill team or work with the AI vendors to implement AI in the right direction. There's a lot of AI tools available. There's a lot of AI mechanism, AI strategies, things are available that they can utilize it while implementing into their business domains. High implementation cost can be reduced by starting small and using pre-trained models. Like, for example, integration with the legacy systems can be simplified with API-driven AI solutions. Last, which I feel is the biggest challenge, is the employee resistance. So employee resistance is a common. Adaptability is not easy. Either we talk about AI, we talk about automation, we talk about cloud, we talk about any new services or a technology. It is not easy. So focusing on these domain as an augmentation tool, not a replacement tool, we need to educate our employees. So it actually helps with adoption. So AI success is not just about technology. It is about the strategy, is about execution and solving the real life problems and the real business problems. So these are the biggest challenges that usually company face, when implementing the AI. So yeah.
No, I think that's well said, Nashra. Thank you very much. I'll just continue because there are lots of questions being dropped in the chat. So I want to make sure we can cover maximum in the due time. We have next 10, 15 minutes. So the next question is that if we can share some examples of how businesses can adopt, implement AI, and what are the benefits that we can expect. I'll take that question because it's very close to me. I've been working very closely with Nashra to introduce a lot of different AI use cases, for example. So like I'll just give our own example, being at Nets. So we obviously looking around the most cutting edge technologies and help to drive those new innovations and how we can leverage those innovations to improve our internal processes and even add those use cases for our customers in our products, right? So we have some in-house products that you have developed based on some industry pain points. Now, some of the examples, for example, I would say if I'm in a network background, my career is in networking. I'll just give an example because we have an in-house product called Monitex, right? So we are adding AI features within those products, for example, like predictive analytics. Nashr already touched briefly on that. So now, before traditionally a person would have to read through the logs and analyze if there are any anomalies, what actions to be taken against any incidents occur. Now the system will detect those incidents and will predict and will automatically log a ticket in your ITSM or help desk. So definitely this AI knowledge and intelligence would help not only improving efficiencies, obviously the time we used to take to do all of those manually in the past, It's all been automated. The system is giving you suggestions. So rather than you having to go and do a deep dive analysis on different logs and incidents, why it happened, what happened, who initiated, the system will scan all of that, quickly tell you that summary that, this happened. So predictive analytics, even we have intelligent threat and anomaly detection, right? So again, the details of, in case if there was if your organization was attacked, uh, how it started, who was the culprit, who initiated that. All of that can be done through AI. And this is just one example. We can go in food, FMCG production. We can go in different. Um, I'm just setting some baseline here. Again, things like when we have those security incidents, networking related anomalies within the environment, now the overall incident analysis, trend analysis. So if this is the trend, what are the chances that in future your network will be having a downtime? So those pattern or trend analysis, self-healing even, it's one of the use cases. So when you implement AI use cases, naturally the way you were doing things will be improved. You will get better visibility. You will get more proactive. You will save your time. Obviously, if you save time, that means reduction in the cost that organization is paying, right? So there are many, like, for example, one more, if I will mention, is recruitment is a very common function. Every organization has a recruitment function. Now, how Nets is addressing and becoming smarter and smarter by implementing those AI-based use cases, that now we have our own AI-based system who identifies the right candidate against whatever job positions that we post online. The system will tell us these are the top 3 candidates which best suits. So AI goes in, analyzes the job description, analyzes the candidate's profile, experience, everything, and in few seconds we know these are the top 3 candidates. So I don't have to filter through hundreds of resume, right? We do a lot of interviews. So doing like a sentiment analysis is another example. For HR, it will help tell them these are the top most confident candidates according to me. So again, you can imagine, and sky's the limit. We can go on and on. There are many use cases in a lot of industries, and we'll provide more details to you guys offline on that. Sorry, Irfan Saab, no, you've been quiet for a long time. I'll throw this next one on your side.
Yeah,
This one is, what are the possible implementation challenges, top customer challenges, and pain points that you see overall? So gladly, this is not industry specific. I don't know if you can maybe comment on this one, please.
See, the biggest challenge is if you have a legacy system within your organization, and which are not open type of system, which do not allow you to communicate and collaborate with other systems, that can be a big challenge or a issue in this journey. So how we are going to address? We need to speak with them. We need to run a pilot project with them to test some scenario, whether if it is possible or not possible. So if it is not possible, then definitely this journey will not be possible. But I can see there are different middleware available who give you some sort of you know connectivity or accessibility to the data, and from there you can have this. So the first of all, if you have those sort of legacy applications, need to find out whether they have that flexibility to integrate with the AI system or no. So that is the key point. Apart from this, as Nashra mentioned about some of the other elements like skill gap. So if you are not having a big team, or if you are not having an expert in your organization, so that can be a challenge during this journey. How you are going to handle this? You can appoint an expert or a consultant who can help you throughout this journey, or if it is a regular requirement, then you can empower some of your existing staff, giving them training, giving them those tools so that they can be helpful for the organization. So that can be done. Apart from this, of course, data part is very important. So if we have a system even, and if we don't have the clean set of data, so that can be a roadblocker or challenge, because uh, right piece of information will not be there even after processing. So these three areas, if organization should consider during development of their strategies and include them into their strategy plan, how they are going to address this.
Perfect. Sounds good. I think this next one is also from one of the audience members. Mr. Zafar Iqbal is asking if you can take that. Otherwise, we can provide those details offline. He's asking that there's a lack of AI knowledge about, especially the server hardware requirements. Let's say he's saying, I'm in a textile industry, and I'm working on fabric defects detection. So when fabrics are produced and all of that. So how can I make my team evaluate these type of knowledge? I think from an AI angle, the use cases is in a textile industry, fabric defects. How can AI predict and help with those kind of a use cases? If you can take that, please.
See, so I would say, first of all, I would say in general, and then we will talk about this specific. So in general, we need to develop AI culture within organization. So within organization, as I mentioned earlier, that there can be a different set of training. First level of training should be across the board to all the employees about company strategy towards the AI journey. So all of the employees should have a basic level of training about how to use this, how they can implement automation in their day-to-day activities. The second part is personal learning and development. For the personal learning and development, there are so many tools available which one can adopt and can start learning from those personal tools. But one need to be very careful if we are using a public version. The data, uh, whatever we are providing or whatever we are using, should not be uh, uh, company specific data. So when we put some information there for some result or something, we need to make it anonymous. Suppose if there is someone who is from the networking team and want to know something about network. So if they are copy paste some data from there, should not use the IP addresses. Same for sensitive data. If we are copy paste some information for some transformation, like I know there are people who use these tool for the professional writing for email. So what they do, they simply copy paste the entire email to the GPT, and they say that okay, transform it to a more professional looking email, and they put everything there. So all the sensitive information can go there as well. Financial data can go there as well. So that we need to take care. Now coming to this point. So for industry specific, they need to find out if there are tools available, or again, if it is just a individual level initiative or it's a organization level initiative. If it is organization related initiative, then organization should include someone expert into those areas who can help organization to understand, to start the journey. So if it is individual, then we need to find out what are the tools and what are the solutions available where we can use this tool from the individual perspective.
No, I think that's well put together. I think I would just wanted to mention, because you already answered this, and I was reading something similar. Recent experiment. I was looking at a Harvard study where they put together in a room 20 kids in two different rooms, 10 each, and they gave some mathematical questions to those kids. One of them were allowed to use AI tools. Other one had to do this manually. Now, the one group of students who were using AI tools, they were able to do it faster. But the other set of students, they understood the problem. They took a longer route. But so the concept, so my point is, when you mentioned earlier also, that the AI perhaps is not going to replace jobs immediately. It will increase efficiencies in the way you are doing things, and it will obviously help you in doing things faster and better, of course. But human intervention will still be required. I don't think so that when people are scared that, okay, I will replace the jobs, I don't think so that's happening, in my opinion, for the next 5, 10 years. It will definitely help you. So everybody, all of us will have to learn AI, how AI can leverage in my day to day, right? So I think that's a good answer. Thank you. Nashra, I think maybe we're just getting short on time, so we'll try to just move towards closure, and we'll take the remaining questions offline through the emails. Now, Nashra, one question for you is, what are the top skills required to develop AI and machine learning use cases? And what tools or programming languages a person should know or learn? If you can take that. Thank you.
Okay. So I'll summarize because we don't have much time, but so to develop AI and ML use cases, basically we need a mix of technical skills, tools, and the programming expertise. First, I would say a strong foundation in mathematics and statistics is essentials. Like things like probability, linear algebra, the we must know how to optimize the data. Next, of course, we need an expertise in data handling because, as Mr. Irfan said, you said like data is the backbone of AI. So this includes cleaning, transforming, and engineering features for the better model performance. Again, on the machine learning side, algorithm is really crucial. So either it is supervised algorithm, it is unsupervised, or maybe on the deep learning models. It is not just about building the model, it is also about focusing on deploying and optimizing them using the ML ops practices. And of course, the problem solving and the business play a big role in making the AI solutions in different domains. When I talk about the tools and the programming side, so Python is the go-to language, along with R or SQL. You can use the frameworks like TensorFlow, PyTorch. It actually helps in model development. If you're talking about the cloud side, like AWS, Azure, GCP, which actually helps to assist in the deployment for handling the large scales data, like, for example, if you're using Pandas, NumPy, Apache Spark. So there's a multiple tools that you can utilize based on the company budget also. So for example, there is some use case that you can train on-prem, and there are few use cases that you can train on cloud. So it's depend like how you're gonna scale the data, how you're gonna scale that optimization by using the AI. So again, these are the key metrics, or the foundational skill sets that requires to build an AI. But the key is not just to build a model, but to create the solution that drive the real impact. I mean, we have the skills available like Python, R. We know that how to train the data, train the models and algorithm. But actual AI is basically create a vision which helps to drive the real impact, and where you can see the real power of AI lies in the different domains within your organization. So these are the main, technical skills that we can utilize, especially when we start our journey in the AI. So I would say, like, there's a lot of, I get a lot of consultation from different universities, especially when because we are directly communicating with FAST, NUST or ComSets. So they students were asking like, okay, what kind of skill set that we need to pursue if we want to become an AI engineer? So I think these are the basic skill sets that they should start with, and introducing themselves into the AI and make themselves ready in not just on the programming skill, but also with the mathematical skills. It is a combination of both, of handling the AI tools or the data modeling in different directions. So yeah, that's all.
No, I think thank you very much, Nashra. This makes sense. And I think we are also planning some training courses through our Nets Academy initiative as well. So that we will go industry deep dive in terms of tools, in terms of the technologies required to become or pursue a career in AI, right? So I think with all the audience member, I will say that whenever we announce that course, because we have back-to-back training courses coming up that you can take part in. So around AI, if you are interested, then you can sign up for that course in future. So we'll reach out to you, and then we'll hopefully then go in more deep dive on these skill sets and technologies and industry specific use cases as well. I think we're right on time, so I'm not going to go over time. We'll just cut it short here. I know there's some questions that haven't been answered yet. I just want to mention here that obviously we have a series of webinars planned for our audience members. So you will hear or get emails from us around these. And the next webinar we have is on the future of enterprise networking and managed solutions. So again, we'll have industry experts part of that. And we have a couple of other webinars planned in next month as well after Eid break. But with that, I think I'll thank you, Mr. Irfan, for shedding the light on this very important topic. And we will hopefully, I think 1 hour was not enough. I feel like we would have
Yeah.
to do a follow-up session because there's so much interest and so many questions coming down. So we'll hopefully do a deeper dive in next few weeks. Thank you, Nashra, for your participation. And it was very informative, both of you and the audience member, of course, for this participation. Thank you once again, everyone, and stay tuned for the upcoming webinars. If you have any questions, you can drop us an email that you can see contact@nets, or just watch out for the upcoming webinars and announcements on our LinkedIn page. Thank you once again. Appreciate your time. We'll talk soon.
Thank you very much.
Until
Yeah,
next time.
bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.